Where do Navers and Kakao's stand in your asset allocation as we are talking about perhaps tinkering with mask mandate and getting back to normal after COVID?
Right. I think you've got to think about the fourth industrial revolution, which is a very long cycle versus the pandemic-driven revenue increase that we saw. I think that clearly in the short term, we will have some headwinds because of the with COVID era, people will be going out to eat and shopping rather than using the Naver or Kakao to purchasing in terms of the commerce. So clearly the numbers are coming in at below expectation for the short term. However, if we really think about the long-term perspective, looking at the Naver's overall shopping basis versus the coupon, it is showing quite a bit of a expected increase that we're seeing. And also, as you mentioned already about the Naver Webtoon and also the Naver Pay, the fintech, and also Metaverse, which is called the Geppetto, all these are expected to show a very strong growth numbers. If you look at the first quarter numbers in general, yes, there is a concern in terms of Q-on-Q numbers, but year-on-year numbers are showing continued very strong growth rate in terms of search platform, the commerce, the fintech, the contents, the cloud, all showing a very strong two-digit growth numbers. So we think that the synergy effect is expected to happen as long as the fourth industrial revolution is continuing in not just Korea, but on a global scale. And I think that Naver having such a high number of subscribers is in good positions to expand in a long-term basis. So in any case, in terms of the portfolio-wise,
what about wage increases? I mean, that's exactly.
Yes. As you said, in terms of labor increases, that was about 10% growth rate. In terms of the additional growth rate, we think that is not going to be that strong. It will be based on what's happening to the economic growth rate. So reasonably in terms of the margin side, it can be stabilized in the future. But on the expenses side, yes, we are expected to see quite a bit of increase in terms of the development and operating cost, clearly because they were trying to create a synergy. So in terms of the numbers, the growth rate it is growing at about 20% plus of the growth. So that is clearly putting some pressures. However, though, in terms of the top line growth rate, it has increased by about 23%. And we think that that growth rate is not going to slow down anytime soon. And therefore, we think that having this kind of platform businesses as a portfolio-wise, we need to clearly have at least 10% plus of the overall global portfolio in terms of these kind of operations. Obviously, if we're talking about just Korea, the same percentage.